Morning, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have everybody here. Happy to be back. Last week, sorry to leave you all hanging, especially on a JB-less weekend. You know, like bad timing, right? It's busy. Busy doing some important work at work. Just having a week of doing some motorcycle safety training. Real important thing to me. It's near and dear to my heart, and something weird on my shirt. It's one of those things that I take a lot of time out of my day to do. But glad to have everybody back. Be normal. Have a normal week. Welcome to the live stream. House FPV, how you doing this morning? Lawbart, Laws, whatever you're going by now. Welcome, buddy. He built himself his first KISS something based quad. Said he loved it, and then centered right up on a piece of rebar and smushed the camera. That's the way it goes. But hey, at least you had fun doing it, right? Paul McDowell, how you doing this morning? Ramdocco, tweet. Thank you. Glow sticks in. Interesting. New name. Nice to see you. Haven't seen your name around before, but hey, thanks for coming out. This is hey everyone, how's your weekend going? My weekend is going. It's all right. Weather's really kind of poo. Super foggy and wet. It's warm out. You know, it's low 70s, but foggy, warm, wet. Yesterday, took my daughter to a kid's Christmas party up at work. It's a good old time. Good old Saint Nick comes flying in on a helicopter with a bag of books for all the good little girls and boys. Somehow my daughter got one. I'm not really sure about the whole good versus bad thing. Apparently there's a sliding scale. Oh, I screwed up the date, didn't I? Thank you so much for pointing that out. 12/11. There we go. That's better. Thank you. Thank you, Freelojo. Appreciate it. Picked the wife up from the airport out in New Orleans. That's always a drive. But hey, whatever, man. Morton Upshot, you are my hero. Me and you feel the same way about soccer. Freelojo says coffee. Coffee. Yeah, it's always a good comment. That's worth a couple points. Always coffee. Free Range Chicken, good morning. How are you doing? John K, howdy. What's up? June Loco. What's good, my ELRSR peeps? Not all of us are ELRS peeps here. We had a convert back to Ghost last week. Hey, it happens. You know, we'll be back. Cold, wet, and gray in Central Ohio, but that's every day though. Like year-round, cold and gray. Ohio's chief exports are rust and poverty. Not my quote, but I claim it. Not much better than Detroit. Or Michigan, anyways. Yeah, a ghost. He's dead to us. Lawrence, ghost flew nice. It's way easier. Yeah, I know damn well it is a lot easier. It's just, you know, that's what happens when you get into a proprietary firmware. It's just it better be easy, otherwise no one's going to use it. That is the number one selling point for Crossfire and Tracer, is they're using the TBS ecosystem, which is really easy. You're going to get better performance out of something that's not so easy like ELRS, but what's worth it? You know, where are your values at? Like what do you value most? Simplicity or performance? Sometimes, I mean, I think most racers, if you looked at the MultiGP, they always do that survey. I think most people were on Ghost. Not very many people on ELRS. Man, I can't say those words today. I can't say them ever, but whatever. Is what it is. Yeah. So, looks like YouTube's got some new features. Sure. I moved my buttons around on my Stream Deck, and I smacked the wrong one. So over here, where is my? Why is this here? I don't want that there. Okay. So over here, you can see have this new feature. It says engage with audience. You can start a Q&A. I started a Q&A up here, and I don't know what it looks like on your end. I should probably look. But anyways, the question I posed was, what make and model is your go-to soldering iron? I am curious. So I've been using, I've got a new soldering iron that I've been using quite a bit. My go-to on the bench is always my Hakko 888D. It's just easy, simple, powerful, good soldering iron. But I do acknowledge the fact that it can certainly be replaced by some of the newer portable soldering irons. And my new go-to portable soldering iron is this one here. It is a Sequire. What the hell model was this thing? SI012 Pro V2, so you can kind of see it inside the case there. This has been my new go-to soldering iron. I absolutely love this thing. It runs off USB-C. Ideally, it wants to run off a PD power bank, but even if you're not supplying it with a PD power bank, it says, hey, I got low volts, but you want to do this anyways, and it still works. It's just not as quick to heat up. Still pretty damn quick, though. Was that your $11? Let's see, Morton Upsuch is my biggest problem with biggest problem I have with ELRS is getting my phone to stay connected to the receiver Wi-Fi. I've never tried using my phone for it. The Roberito says, I never felt that ELRS was that hard. Yes, but you probably also came up in an era of FrSky D8, D16 life, R9. Like, you don't know hard till you've dealt with that bullshit. Sorry, oh, you one of them. Yep, and the next comment, compared to flashing FrSky is cake. Yep, exactly. That it's all perspective. It's all perspective. Yeah, Lawrence had a lot of issues with the ELRS backpack. I mean, I helped him for a while, and I am completely stumped. It's one of those things, like, I think if I had it in my hands, I'd probably figure it out, but trying to troubleshoot something with that many, moving pieces over the interwebs, it's just tough. Lawrence says, is that your $11 iron? No, this is not the I don't know. I mean, I've got the box for the $11 iron. I just don't know where the hell it went. I don't know where I put it. Might be in my backpack. I don't know. North 49ers, once you get used to ELRS, it's like a program. It gets intuitive. Yeah, it does. In the early days, it was kind of shit. I was like 50-50 whether I was gonna have to bust out the FTDI to flash on mostly like the EPs. It seemed like I had a lot of issues going from 1.0 to anything else they would brick without going through the EP or through the FTDI. But I haven't had to do that in a while. You use that over the Hakko? No, I don't. I mean, so on the other side of this wall, I know you guys can't see it. That's where my work room is. It's a... Hang on. So I can do this. On the other side of this wall is my work room. That's where, that's where I got my bench and a lot of others, like all my supplies are over there. But on here, my computer desk, I do have my little workspace right here where I do builds and live streams and tutorials and stuff like that. And for that, I always use the portable soldering iron just because I don't want to drag the Hakko over. So I would say the Hakko is my go-to soldering iron for just about everything. But when I'm out here, it was this guy. This was the Sequire 001, I think it was. It's basically a complete knockoff of the TS, and it's a damn good soldering iron. Used it for years, love it. works great, still works great. I don't see any reason it would ever not be working great. So that's my go-to, kind of my go-to setup. Kind of makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense why I'm kind of back and forth between the two of them. But this new one is awesome. Lawrence has, but he adopted, I think Lawrence has been on ELRS longer than I have. Most of the Heiko knockoffs are fine. I'm using the Mustool RS2 soldering iron hot air station. Yeah, I mean, any temperature controlled soldering iron will do the job. I think it's the Q&A thing, Nerdcopter. I think it's just a way to, like, I can ask in the chat a question and you guys can answer it in that section. So when I'm looking at it, like I click on the question, it takes me to a whole different screen where I can see the responses on it. It's kind of like doing a poll just without the poll part of it, I guess. I don't know. Just trying out the new things. There's always something new in YouTube land, you know. Always something new. And, so here is, let's give you an idea of what the shit show is that I'm working with. So this is my typical workbench. It's in need of some cleaning. Don't see how to answer the Q&A. What happens if you click on where the question is? Does it take you to a separate place to answer it? I don't know. Yeah, so this is my typical workbench. It's my old kitchen island. I cut it in half, bolted to the wall, and you know, the Heiko's there. That's another project. That thing's got a dead battery. My daughter wanted to use hot glue. That was interesting. Got a dead Surface Book. RIP for that one. A couple other projects. These are all boxes of 18650s and 21700s for other projects. In another life, I did an awful lot of pistol and rifle shooting. That is mostly supplies there for it, and same thing with all this shit up there. I don't know. It's a pretty narrow room, but it works really good for a workbench. And my to-do board, this one has been on there for freaking ever, and I don't see when that's ever going to change. Edge TX on the TBS mom board, the Tango 2. I've since sold that Tango 2 since writing that. And things I never got to. ORS 2.0 setup. Obviously, that's not there. Let's see. What are some other things? Naked GoPro. I think I did that one. I got to cross it up the list. iFlight Commando did that. That radio sucked. Yeah, I mean, it was something to work towards. You know, having a list of stuff to do. I gotta update it. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, Lawrence said that Devs couldn't help him out with his backpack either. It's weird. North 49 says I got to invest in a good soldering iron. Yeah, it's kind of a must in this hobby. A good soldering iron and at least a cheap multimeter. Lawrence says he's got the Sequire and the genuine TS100. Says the Sequire is better. I've never had the genuine TS100, but I love my Sequire. I think it's great. And if you're looking for some grips for your soldering iron, do I know where you can get those? And these are often overlooked. They're very, very affordable, and man, they make a big difference, I think. Of course. Yeah. When you click the Q&A, it only gives you the option to ask a question. Huh. Well, I mean, so I've got on my other screen, I have here where it's it looks like people are answering it, or maybe they're posing their own questions. I have no idea. YouTube's weird sometimes. Damn it, I move my buttons around. It's gonna mess me up forever. Freelojo says that's cleaner than my desk. Yeah, I mean, it might be. It's actually a lot cleaner than it was a couple hours ago. Athex, how you doing this morning? Brandon Beans, good morning, buddy. Glad to have you here. have you started flying the O3 Air unit yet? Steady says, good morning, all. Head to an indoor dome for some whoop flying. Steady Eddie, thank you. Has anybody seen the latest FAA bullshit that's getting pushed? So, to fly, according to the new rules and regulations from the FAA, you need to fly under the rules of our CBO, community-based organization. There is now only one, and it is the AMA, of course. And their rules are maximum battery size for racing and recreational is 4S. 4S. You cannot fly legally, even as an amateur, racing, recreational, your backyard, sub 250, doesn't matter, on anything more than 4S. What in the actual is going on with this hobby? It's enough to make someone quit. I'll be quite honest with you. Like, just absolute trash. I pay an AMA membership because that's what I have to do to for our local flying field. I hope somebody else comes along that can pull their heads out of their collective holes and figure out what to do. Yeah, absolute horse shit. I was a little late on that one. Sorry, guys. This is going to be a sweary stream all of a sudden. I'm feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, it is absolute garbage. So there's that. There's that. So, I mean, we're all going to fly illegal anyways. You might as well just have fun with it. You know, cop stops you, just punch that sucker to the moon and ditch it out in the water or someplace, you know, whatever. I'm so sick of this crap. People have zero clues are making the rules. Big surprise. They've been doing that for the last 3 years now. Oh, Mike Bergman. Run 2, 3S in series. Oh, yeah. I think you're onto something there. That is a fantastic idea. I love that. You may have just saved the hobby, my friend. Steady says, I saw the document, but I don't think it's up to date as the MultiGP IO is done under AMA guidelines on their property. Well, I mean, that's their guidelines is 4S now. So unless you're indoors, the FAA says you need to follow a CBO, and the CBO says 4S only. Who knows? Maybe somebody will change it. I don't know. Loophole. Yeah, no kidding. The North 49 loophole. Mike is a absolute genius right now. Congratulations, my friend. You have saved the internet. Well, FUE. L. Leston, yes, we can take the calm road and say that might be an oversight from the AMA, but it's funner to think they're a bunch of heads. Saddle packs. Oh, God. Chevy will patent that. For those of you that are old enough to remember gas tanks allegedly exploding. Yeah, and I posted over on the Discord a good interview with Ken Herron about a person who was contacted by their long story short, he was flying a sub 250 Mavic Mini sub 250, and he was flying over people and property, and it's not registered. And he said, "I'm flying a sub 250, so all the FAA rules don't apply." But he's also a 107 holder, so basically, if you're a 107 holder, everything you fly needs to be registered. It was an interesting video. If you haven't seen it, head over to my Discord. If you're not a member of my Discord, you can find the Discord invite there at tweetfp.com and go to the 107 chat. They also brought up a couple other good points about sustained flight over traffic and people. The new rules and regulations say that you cannot have sustained flight over people and vehicles, which means that if you're crossing a road, I'm not a lawyer, all right, guys, I'm not a lawyer. You can fly over traffic and people in transit. You can't hover over people or groups or crowds you can't fly over crowds, but like a onesie twosie type thing, you can fly over them to get to where you're going. Same thing with the roads and the traffic. Probably still a good idea to wait and watch the traffic and try to find a good break, but that's not considered sustained flight. So, I mean, I learned something that day. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think the person that was one of the people he was interviewing was like, you know, a lawyery type. At least it looked like a total chutch bag. Yeah, Brandon Bank Beans, that's exactly it. You can fly momentarily over people and traffic over the new rules. Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. That's something. If you're on 4S, that is. The Roberito started a new job in October. New coworker is a former FAA regulator. He left in April. Should I try to squeeze some insider info out of him? Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's. I would be buddies with that guy in a heartbeat. I would want to know all the inner working, dumb, like, he left for a reason. Like, I would be so curious to pick that guy's brain. Just like, why that man a coffee? Yeah, no kidding. So worked on a new little project this week. Fun little project, little 3D printing and WLED and LEDs and some little bit of time and effort. That video will be coming out this week. National security, that's why. Yeah, all right. You break your brain trying to find common sense. Yeah, and I work for the government, and it's still blowing my mind. Yeah, craziness, absolute craziness. All right, guys. Who here follows the speed limit ever? That's breaking law. I see breaking AMA regs is the same thing. We're not hurting people. Yes, I feel like in a normal, non-stupid, upside-down, backwards world, which we live in right now, this would just be stuff that you would just tack onto somebody who did something stupid, like flew their FPV quad into a stadium over a bunch of people, and they managed to get it. Like, you're on 6S, you hovered over people, you don't have registration, we're just gonna, one of these to you. I feel like that's what this is. I'm really hoping that there's just not people out there with a boner to screw people over that are flying drones, but you never know till it happens. Karens exist for a reason, and Karens are going to do what Karens are going to do. Only when I'm driving to the speed trap, I smell done. Yeah. After I get pulled over for speeding, I'll drive the speed limit for a couple of weeks. But everybody here drives 70 and 55s, and you're likely to get hurt if you follow the rules. It's power grab. They need to justify their jobs. There's probably a lot to be said there. Flying Ryan, how you doing? Flying Ryan, just a disclaimer, this is a sweary stream. I'm already really worked up over the FAA and their shit. Oh, I bleeped the wrong part of that. Sorry. You've been warned. My daughter told me I swear too much. I told her I'd try to stop swearing. FB Trucker, good morning, my friend. Welcome. All right. So, anyways, I don't know what to do about this whole Q&A thing. Let me click on it. Can I end the Q&A? This will remove the questions in the question list. Well, let's see. What happens if I click on select question? Okay, so you can ask questions. So Morton Upshot says soldering iron station. Let's see what happens if I select it. Select questions. So it's not me asking questions, it's you guys asking questions, and I can answer them. Ah, interesting. Okay. Huh. All right, let's end this. Okay, so we're learning. We're learning as we go. My suspect is Karen is growing in her house. Yeah. Yeah. I tested the ask something prompt. Flip it reverse it. Yeah. So interesting. Let's see. Start a Q&A. Ask viewers. Help if I can freaking read. So start Q&A. Answer viewer questions live. Okay, it would help if I would have read that. So yeah. And then start a poll. Let your viewers weigh in. Okay, so that makes more sense now. What do you think of the Pencil versus the TS100? I think they're both fine options. Go with whichever one has the features or comes with the tips that you want. My recommendations for the tip to get is going to be either a conical or a chisel tip. One of the chisel tips, like an 1/8" chisel tip. Everybody wants to go with these little pointy bastards, but I'll be honest with you, for what we're doing, it's really not the appropriate tip. You need something a little bit bigger with a little more contact area to transfer heat to the work. B2 tip, is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the one, the B2. Let me pull it up here. Let's see what we got. Front button, B2. Come on. No, I think the one that I prefer is the DS24. If you had to pick any one tip out of this, the DS24 is the do-all tip. You can turn it on its side and it can become a pointy tip. It's got enough flat surface area to transfer enough heat into the work so you could do larger stuff like XT60s and 30s. The B2 is a good runner-up. I would, if you could pick two tips, I would go the DS24 and the B2. The TS1 or I, whatever that is just way too small for what we're doing. That's good for like soldering legs on a SoC, like a chip or something like that. The C1 has its applications, but what you would do with that once you would get it and you would like bend the tip on it, make like almost like a hook to it. This is garbage. This one I do like, garbage. I wouldn't do it. This one, but yeah, the DS24 is my go-to tip shape for soldering iron. Yeah. But, you know, it's all kind of what you get used to. Yeah, the DS24, I think, is probably, if you're going to look for a soldering iron that comes with a tip and you can select which tip, yeah, that'd be the one I would suggest for most people. DS24 is enough for 12-gauge wires on ESCs, I find, though. Yeah, it's definitely enough. It's definitely enough. I've done it plenty of times. There is some skill that comes along with it. Pre-tinning the tip and getting a solder bridge helps transfer the heat. If you're using a super clean iron to try to solder something that big, it ain't ever going to work for you. The knife edge tip is good for cutting. Yeah, actually, that's about all I've ever used it for. It's good for 3D printing, cutting through stuff. But yeah. Anyways, so I do have old reliable here, and I do believe she's ready for a new home. Is anybody interested in maybe doing a wheel for this? It's got one tip. It's got the DS24. XT60 runs up to 6S. The TS100 recommends 5S. I've run this thing on 6S almost exclusively since I got it. Little bit of solder. This case, if you guys didn't see my best 3D print, my favorite 3D print roundup, this case is amazing for soldering irons. Wheel. Okay, we'll do a wheel. If everybody wants to, we'll do a wheel. I mean, so I may be getting on there. I don't know. Let's see. Let's set up a wheel. It's been a while since I've done one. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these guys. How about a $5 wheel? And get this to somebody who needs it. My monthly giveaway is up on Patreon. It is a you pick. I put out a poll, see what everybody wanted. I put a digital whoop, analog whoop, DJI goggles, and a broken down X-Class. Not broken like it doesn't work, but it'll be disassembled X-Class. The vast majority of people voted for a whoop of some sort, so it's going to be a whoop week, whoop month. Thank you so much, North 49 RC. I'll get you on there. So we're going to do a whoop. It'll be, I'll give you your choice, digital or analog. The choices are here. We have the digital option is the HD0 Mobula 6. Brandon is going to shit himself on this one. This is a brushed newbie drone. Whoop. Got a brushless newbie drone. Whoop. I can't remember if this is the BLV3, but this one's D8. So is this one. ELRS, and then the Mobeetle on ELRS. That is the options for the month. So how do you get on that? $5 and up over on Patreon. The link is live for you. Everybody else, it'll go live when the live stream happens. I'm planning on doing it July 1st. I'm not sure where I'll be, if I'll be on the road, but if I have to change that date, I'll make sure I let everybody know early. Yeah. Free Lojo says he needs a backup. Get you on there. $5. And if anybody's interested in buying a home-built one wheel, let me know. I need to move this thing along. July 1st, yeah. No. January 1st. Did I say July 1st in there? Oh, what did I say? January 1st. Yeah, January 1st. Sorry. Can't think and talk at the same time. Or separately from each other, apparently. And Lewis H, how you doing? Barry Cook, get you on there. Thank you much, my friend. All right. Got you on there, Lawrence. All right. So Google points pay for that. What are we talking about? Stupid multitasking. Morton Upshot. Get you on there. Put me as many slots as Morton. Got you on there, buddy. Let's see. Athix. Looking. I bought one of the so for the Black Friday or Cyber Monday, Black Friday, I don't remember which one it was, but Race Day Quads had a Gep RC Crocodile 5-inch long range HD for sale for like $230. It was a screaming deal. I bought one of those, and a week later, it ain't shipped yet. So I emailed. I'm like, "What's going on?" And then all of a sudden, I got a refund. I got a refund saying, "Sorry, we had an inventory issue." I'm just like, that was a hell of a deal. I was excited about that because that was eventually going to be a giveaway for you guys. So yeah. Anywho, let's see. June Loco says, "Am I going 03?" God, I don't know. I want to. I want to. I really do. I have a set of V1 goggles, which I probably should sell. My big question is, if I have the goggles goggles 2, and I have a set of V2 goggles, can I spectate the 03 air unit or either one of them from either goggle? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I use, so if, here's a scenario. I'm flying a model with like an 03 air unit, whatever, or something like that, and I'm wearing the new goggles, the goggles 2. Can my buddy spectate on his V2 goggles? God, this is so, like, it hurts my brain to think about this. Can my buddy spectate while I'm flying with the new goggles? That's the question I really need answered. There's a very small edge case where I do use both goggles. Oh, he did? All right. I want to. It's just I'm broke right now. RDQ's not been buying some grips lately. You know, I don't know. Their purchasing manager changed hands, and maybe they lost my information. I gotta email those guys, see if they need something before the holidays. So I do have the HD Zero goggles coming. It's a big jump to ask for or to buy 2 sets of goggles in basically like 2 months. I've also got the Avatar VRX coming. It is just a lot of stuff all at once, and this hobby depresses me when I get overwhelmed with all the stuff, like all the new shit. It's I don't know, like I want to try the Avatar because I like the idea of the Avatar, the HD Zero goggles. I want awesome analog, and I like flying HD Zero, but I know deep inside that DJI is the best. Whether you agree with me or not, it's what I fly. It's what I fly acro with. I don't like the original DJI goggles. I hate the way they fit. They're way too freaking big, and they're LCDs. I want the goggles too, purely for the smaller form factor and the OLED screens more than anything. I don't really even care about the O3 performance. So yeah, I don't know. Oh God, there goes my bit rate. It's dropping off. I'm gonna start stuttering here. Morton says you got effed on that. Yeah, that. And the part that really bothers me is they didn't refund my money until I emailed them. Like, how long was this gonna go until they're like, oh yeah, this ain't gonna work. We're gonna refund the money. Same thing with LTT Store. You know, I talked about it on the last live stream. My order was from early October, and it didn't ship until I emailed them and say, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, due to high volume, and then it shipped that day. It's like, don't lie to me. Just be honest. Do I seem overwhelmingly angry in my live streams lately? Because I'm kind of feeling like it. Barbara will do it on live stream. Okay, DJI blows in my mind. Yeah, Nobler, I could see where the DJI blows in my mind, but the performance is unquestionably there. Mike Bergman says I'm broke too. Yep. Yes, it's possible. Thank you. Get on the Christmas list. Oh, yeah. Have they shipped the Avatar VRX yet? No, they have not. It almost seems like from some of the email communication I've seen and social media posts, they were kind of waiting to hit like a pre-order amount before they actually started making them. I don't think they're even made. I really don't. But I don't know. We'll see when those ship. I have no idea. The HD Zero goggles are supposed to ship on the 15th. Kind of hoping they do, and they get here before I leave for my my family visiting for the holidays roundup, like I always do. With the recent Avata update, it's pushed me far away from DJI. Interesting, yeah. Duck, duck, duck. Not really sure what that means. Free logo, free Lojo. Goose. Fogging in the goggles too. Yeah, I've always had issues with fogging, and I've actually changed the way I breathe when I fly. You know, I'm one of the few people who have switched from being a pincher to a thumber. I have the ability to make myself learn. Like I get a chair for work. I don't modify the chair to fit my body, so I just learn to sit in it comfortably. I don't know. I'm just lazy, I guess. Some have the goggles too. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm curious how they're getting them. I haven't gotten any shipping notification, so let's see. FV Trucker, I want the goggles too. Is there a market for the V1 DJI goggles? There's always a market. I'm sure I could probably sell them for like $300. I see what you did there. Duck, duck, duck. That way you know that's what I was thinking. It's too ingrained in me. Military's got me. Yeah, it's just what it is at this point. So anyways, set up Home Assistant. It was super easy. I wish I would have done a long time ago. I just don't know what to do with it yet. Need to get away from all the other crap that I've been doing. But it's mostly just trying to find time. It's all about finding time. But I found enough time to. Everybody at work's kind of getting festive and they're decorating their offices. I actually have an office now, kind of. So I want to decorate it. That's what that guy's there. Come on, which way are we going? That's what this guy's for. Little LED Christmas tree. Hope you guys enjoy the video on that one. All the 3D printing videos I do, they seem to do really well. I think, obviously 3D printing reaches out to a much larger audience than FPV does. I'm pretty sure there's more people printing than flying FPV. Oh, and I got two new sources here. Got the old Prusa Cam. I need to change the background on this. And then I got the old Voron Cam. Printing some Christmas trees. It took me almost 20 years for me to tone it down. I think I'm getting worse, to be quite honest with you, because I deal with all the dumbest shit in the world. Yeah. The fun stuff starts dropping off as a realization the economy takes over. I wonder if manufacturers are going to start producing 3S by 2 batteries where they have 2 XT60s coming out of them. 2 XT60s coming out of them that are intended to plug into like a XT60 by 2. We could market this as like a serial plug to turn your 3S batteries into a 3S by 2. We got some marketing wanketeering going in there. And then we'll have our 6S powertrain. They didn't say the powertrain can't be 6S capable. It's just the batteries can't be any more than 4S. You got me thinking about this one. Opinion on the Avata update. I don't know anything about the Avata update. Did that have to do with remote ID? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Where you have to have your phone connected to be able to fly the Avata? From DJI standpoint, what else are they going to do? They don't really have a choice. I swear a lot more in my head. Yeah, the only person I can tame it down for is pretty much my grandmother. I do not swear around her. Well, I think that was starting to become something new in multi-GP as people are starting to fly 8S now. 3S Duo Series. There you go. That sounds like a great marketing term right there, Athex. This is the type of thing you keep yourself until the regs are out and set in stone. Yeah, no kidding. It's a 3S by 2 battery with a single... No, because once it's connected, it then is a 6S. Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Internal, heat shrink together. Well, you can't have the link internal because then it is a 6S battery. Even though the label says 3S by 2, it is a 6S battery. It only becomes a 6S battery when the user plugs it in. So they're not using a 6S battery. They're using 2 3S batteries in a 6S configuration. It's all going to be about how you word it. The intent is going to be totally to make a 6S battery. But it's 2 3S batteries shrink wrapped together with 2 pigtails coming out of it. Hell, it could even have 1 balance connector, they're not regulating balance connector. And that doesn't make it a 6S battery because the balance connector has 7 pins in it. No proprietary connections. Although, so we can see GNB 3x2. GNB 3x2. We're going to name it like the USB standards. Gen 3 or GMB 3.0 by 2 by 6 Gen 4. For those who know, you know. 2 be the way to go. Yeah, if you want to stay with 6S, have some kind of jumper you need to remove to change it from 3S to 6S. Well, the jumper would be your XT60 connector. You could just make a serial connector on the XT60, and that's exactly how I fly the X classes. 2 4S batteries in series with their main discharge leads. It'd be the exact same thing. Or here's what it is: you stop using XT60s, you start using like the AC27 connectors, the big bad boys. Obviously, they don't need to be that heavy, but something bullet connectors, just standard old school bullet connectors, because then you can make it a 3S, you can make it a 6S. It just depends on which ones you put where. Fires shall be a new thing. No, I think bullet connectors would be the way to do it. You make bullet connectors, male on the positive and female on the negative. And if you want it to be 3S, you just plug them in parallel. And if you want, and they'll double your capacity. And if you want it 6S power, you put them in series, and now you double your power and have the same capacity. This might actually be the way to do it. I think we're onto something here, guys. I think we're onto something here. Free range chicken, yeah. Absolute maddening. This is even a conversation. Yeah, no kidding. Absolute bull. All right, guys. We're getting close to the end of the stream. Man, these 1 hour streams just go by so quick. We have a wheel going. I don't know what's with the 2 blank spaces. Let's see. I think this fixed it last time. There it goes. $5 super chat for a Sequire 001 soldering iron with the 3D printed case. Power connector, a little bit of slaughter. 42 free Lojo. Yeah, you got it, man. You know how this goes. Nope, wrong button. So if you guys want to get on that, time's drawing short very soon. Yep, Splinter, I think it's probably the most likely what's going to happen. We could just say F it and rip what you got. I wish non-compliance was an option, but there will be guys who will always be following the rules no matter how ridiculous they are. People like JB, he's going to have to follow the rules because he is, he's a very prolific character, and there's a lot of people who are just horrible human beings, haters, if you will, that are gonna rat on him at any chance, just because people in general suck. Not everybody, but man, people are making a hard case for saying that people are generally good lately. Or then again, or we're just exposed to mostly just the bad stuff. I don't know. Just like how JB religiously follows the observer rule, right? Yeah. I always have an observer. I'm just good enough where I don't catch them in the footage when I am flying. It's like, like you don't see the boom. The boom mic operator. He doesn't drop the boom in front of the video. Free range chicken, $9.99. We'll make that. It's not an entry. We'll just make the stream. Cool. I appreciate it, free range chicken. You have no idea how much that means. John K with a $5 super chat. We'll get you on the wheel. I think that's what you want. I assume that's what you want. We'll get you on there. Yeah, like the boom operator doesn't. Who turned my lights off? Who did it? No. I just fly where my VO isn't in view. It's just good cinema work and good piloting. That's what it comes down to. Publicly follows rules. Yeah, actually. All rigs will have to be sold as 4S. No, they won't. They'll be able to be sold as 6S capable. They don't say that your quad can't accept 6S. They just say the batteries cannot be more than 4S. So I got tatted on by an a-hole, not even in the hobby, to Transport Canada. You know what they need to do is to, like, I hate the fact that people can be, can snitch on you and be anonymous. Make that shit public. Might be a little less of that, if you know what I mean. It's just KV, really. They used to be sold as 4S and 6S. Back when 6S started kicking in, a lot of flight controllers, VTXs, cameras, stuff like that weren't actually capable of accepting 6S voltage. Nowadays, yeah, it's just KV in reality. And you could make a preset. You could sell it with high KV motors for 4S, and then you could always just scale it down. Or you could just be buying a efficient long-range rig that would be low KV. Should be able to face your accuser. Absolutely. I'm 100% in agreement with that. You should always be able to face your accuser. It wasn't anonymous, but yeah. There is always that. Yeah. A few years ago, I was flying my Phantom over my town. The lady next door started yelling at me. I calmed her down, and she told her she is more than welcome to submit for NFCs. Nice. Glow sticks. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying something dirty when I say your name. Got you on the wheel for $5. Or for one space. Thank you so much. No, there won't be any witnesses. Intimidation, if that happens. Good. Good. Bitterroot. Sup, party? People listening just can't participate in chat. Hey, man. Thanks for coming by. That always helps. How about NFT instead? All right, guys. I don't know why we got these extra spots in here again. Let's see, does that go away? Well, at least we found a way to fix it. Easy fix. Easy fix it. I heard V2 goggles with O3 had way better penetration. Yes, I've seen some stuff stating that. I also saw another video that said it had less range. So I don't know. I don't know if Wesley Vardy's done a long range test yet. But I'll wait to I'll hold my judgment till he does a long range test. That dude does it. Sweet Drone Campus NFT. Jesus Christ, I don't get NFTs. I don't understand it. Then again, I didn't understand crypto. Don't bother explaining it. Not gonna understand it. I bought myself a 3080 Ti. I'm like, I'll mine some crypto. And the second I bought that thing, the market tanked. It's always that way. He did, but not with the V2s. He did, but not with the V2s. So he used the old goggles with the O3. Is that what you mean, Bobby? I'm sure that's exactly what you said. I'm just smooth brain. Like if I changed my HE setup, I would go with a Woke Snail. I mean, I've got Walk Snail. I like it. I got HE0. I like it. I think it could be better. I still believe it's great. It's good for being close, racing, things like that. Walk Snail's coming. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Those tests are not helpful. He uses wings. It doesn't help for FPV, but it does give you an idea of what the limitations are of the system. There are so many factors that go into what your range is going to be that there's no way you could like say, oh yeah, I'm going to get 1.5 miles flying through the woods and the bando with 5.8 gigahertz routers behind me. Like honestly, my DJI system at 1700 or at the maximum power possible, I can get maybe 1 mile out of it, and that's it. And I got to turn around. There's just so much interference. I'm in a really shitty spot for RF interference. That's all I get out of it. Now, if it went out to the coast and had clear line of sight, I could go for miles. Fine, wait. All right, guys, let's close the wheel thing down here. If you guys haven't gotten in on it, oh, sorry, but here we go. We decided on what we decided on 47. No, why do I keep doing that? Dumb. 42 seconds. That's right. Okay, guys, let's. All right, good luck. Here we go. Yeah, I don't get shit for range on my DJI, but it's because of me putting myself in a bad RF situation. You can't overcome it. Let's see, where we at? Who's it gonna be? Don't think it's gonna be Lawrence today, or Morton, or John K. Is it gonna be Glow, Sticks, Pennon, Free Lojo? Oh, it's gonna be Free Lojo today. The freest of Lojos, Free Lojo. Congratulations, my friend. Hit me up with some deets, and I'll get that thing out to you. Congratulations. Why do all heated blankets and heated pads suck? A, but Milwaukee heated jacket will last an atom bomb. Probably built to a price point. I have a bunch of Gerbings heated motorcycle gear. That stuff is marketed lifetime. And they will replace it. My father had a set of Gerbings gear that he bought back in the early 70s, and not too long ago, like all the wiring, the stitching and the wiring failed, and all the wiring went down to about the waist area. They replaced it. Lifetime. Depends on the company, but that stuff is money, money, money. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Google. What happened? What's thanks, Google? Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Recalling previous conversation. Those are the free Joes. Most of the Joes. Got it. Congratulations. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Gerbing's heated gear. I mean, this stuff's so damn warm to start with. I rarely ever plugged it in, but when you did plug it in, it toasty. Toasty. All right, guys, it is come to the end of the live stream. It is 11:59 where I'm at. Mr. Joshua Bardwell should be streaming today, I think. Hopefully. I got a heart heated jacket as a gift. Nice. I've always been a big fan of Gerbings, but it's also it's motorcycling, motorsport oriented. You know, they use the old heli plugs and things like that. Got to run a regulator on them, man. Otherwise, they're just so damn hot if you don't. Yeah. Yeah, everybody, have a nice Sunday. Hopefully y'all get a chance to go out and fly. I'm probably not today. It looks terrible outside, but maybe Patreon. Okay, I'll get you over there, Free Lojo. And if you're a $5 on a patron and you haven't signed up for the giveaway, I've got 18 people signed up, and I think I should have about 20 something. I don't remember what the number is. It's definitely 39. There should be 39, maybe 38. I think somebody dropped off just recently. Yeah. You need to join the Infinity Loop streams. I'll see if I can etch out some time for that. Click the links. Brandon Baked Beans doing the good work over there. Thank you, my friend. All right, guys. We'll get out of here. Have a good one. Have a happy, safe week. And stay positive, folks. We'll see you all next time.